Why old cartoons are getting revived.
The hype of cartoon shows from their prime in the 90s to the late 2010s was something we thought would never stop. Every year we had new bangers that was dropping that everyone was watching. At the time when cable TV was actually worth it. Y'all remember cable TV? Good times. There wasn't a time as a kid I wasn't
Real
entertained while
talk at
watching
good
cartoons.
times, bro.
It's sad to know that whole era that we grew up in and every generation for the past 30 years basically has is never coming back and is officially dead. The amount of people watching cable TV has been dropping and dropping for a decade, and the amount of kids is even less. I don't even remember.
It's so crazy how, like, we didn't know what we had until it was gone. Like, I remember being a kid upset that I had to keep watching commercials and, like, upset that I couldn't, like, I felt like watching Avatar one day and it wasn't playing. And, like, I would literally sit in my own head and conceptualize the idea that eventually became streaming platforms where you could just watch whatever the fuck you want. So now for me to actually long for the time where I didn't necessarily get to choose what I wanted to watch and shit like that, bro, it's actually crazy. Like, it's a full circle ass moment for real. Like, this shit nasty. Wish I was American, not gonna lie, missed out on a lot of American shit. Honestly, you don't have to be American. You'd be surprised. Like, a lot of people from other countries grew up with our cartoons. It's usually just like cultural differences. Like, some countries, you know, it's more of a privilege to even have like a TV. And so, you know, you probably weren't gonna be able to, you know, watch SpongeBob. You know, some countries they don't even have a pot to piss in, let alone cable or a TV or a console, bro. Like, where my mom is from, my grandmother was charging $1,000 for an original Xbox in the year 2013, bro, and she could probably make that sale too. It was missing one of the plugs, so it just goes to show you. To be honest, I spawned in 2010 when I turned 5. Nigga, what? Aren't you like a mother of 2? 20? You were born in 2005? Holy shit. As a kid, if you missed one episode in the series you were watching, you may have to wait. Facts, bro. You'd have to catch that bitch on rerun, bro. You had to make sure your ass was planted in front of that TV. And if not, it was DVR. But the problem with DVR was that if you had a family full of niggas that also, it was always 8 o'clock that was just like this coveted block that everyone wanted, bro. If your family wanted to watch something themselves, it's like you couldn't do shit about that, bro. It was over. It was over, bro. I hated that DVR shit. Netflix is the Steph Curry of streaming services, bro. On God, though, bro. On God. And then Netflix came and changed the whole game. Man, this shit is crazy. I have a kid and I'm pregnant, so yeah. Holy shit. You guys had Fish Renat and Jorel's brothers. I have never heard of that in my life personally. I'm not gonna say no though, but I doubt it. Congratulations on your kids though, bro. I'm sure you're a great mom. Just Brazilian shit then. No, it's not just Brazilian shit. How old are you? She's born in 05, so she should be either 19 or 20? 20 in July. See, there you go.
Remember the last time I booted up my TV to browse through channels and see what was on. And because instead of watching cartoons, kids are choosing to watch TikTok and streamers, all our childhood networks are hanging on a thread. Like, none of these networks have had a hit in years, and they don't even try to make them anymore. Because it's too risky for the investors putting their money into a show that
hell no, there's no money in it.
From a business standpoint, it kind of makes sense, but it still sucks. Like, instead of paying for a new season of a show that might flop and get terrible ratings, they could pay 1/15 of the amount to the kid's favorite influencer and have them guaranteed buy whatever sponsor it is. Kids are sponges that soak up anything they consume. So
and that's without the production value either, bro. Like, do you know how much money it takes to even run like an actual successful TV show? But people can like literally just buy a fucking Rode or Blue Yeti mic and start a podcast tomorrow and get a fraction of the viewership that television has to split the money between a bunch of these companies, the channel that they're hosting on. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's not within the best interest of companies to invest in television anymore, bro. It's just not. We're gonna get to that, y'all. I'm not gonna address what y'all said. Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Sponsors are gonna go to.
I agree with you, though, Kane.
Dude, when I was younger, I remember seeing that Fushigi ad all the time and foaming at the.
Bro, oh my god.
Then it turned out the whole.
Fun fact, bro. I don't mean to keep pausing, bro. This is gonna be a long one. I'm not gonna lie. This was one of the straight to TV products that I actually bought. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The commercials would have you thinking that that shit was magic. That shit was just a fucking big ass metal wrapped heavy ass bowl, bro. And I swear to God, nigga, I'm thinking I could just straight out the box, woo, do all the tricks that niggas was doing. The fushigi, whoa, whoa, whoa. The ball flowing all over their neck and shit, going here. None of that shit was the case, nigga. I took it out. I tried to do the trick where the nigga would like put the shit at the end of his hand and it would like, that shit fell right on my foot, my nigga. I had to, bro, I damn near couldn't go to school the next day, bro. That was the biggest scam I, like that, bro. I got scammed crazy with that shit, bro. Pillow Pets was another one, bro. I had, but the one that I actually got, I never got a pillow pet because I didn't really care. Like, it's like, whatever, it's a fucking pillow. I didn't really give a fuck about stuffed animals unless they were like Mario or like franchises that I liked. But I had a fucking, the Snuggie. You know this shit where it was basically just like a robe that you put on in the front? I had that shit, bro. And they said, like, it was so warm. It's so warm. It's just a regular ass piece of, like, it's just a regular ass fucking blanket with sleeves, bro. Bro, marketing was like all you needed in the early 2000s, bro. You didn't even actually have to have a good product for real. I promise you. It would probably be within your best interest to have a good product, but you didn't have to have one, bro. All you needed is a product that you can sell, a good commercial convincing stupid kids to make their mom pay to fucking buy them the product, and goddamn, did I mention a good commercial? And goddamn, enough money to get your shit on television, bro. That's it. That's it, bro. Uh, Nickelodeon fell off since the early 2010s. Yeah, honestly, bro, they fell off since the early 2000s. If you want to be real, we like some of the shows because we grew up with them, but like they didn't do that well after. Like Cartoon Network was killing them in terms of like animated shows in the 2010s. Nigga, they passed up on Adventure Time for Fanboy and Chum Chum, and I like Fanboy and Chum Chum, but yeah, that sucks. Wait, how old are you, Sparky? I'm 21. I'm turning 22 in like 11 days. Cartoon Network violated Nickelodeon. No, they did. They had too many bangers, bro. They had way too many bangers. Way too many bangers. Especially in the early 2010s. And it's crazy because they were coming off of a fucking scarce fucking tight program, bro. Like, nigga, who the fuck was watching Destroy Build Destroy reruns all day, bro? Like, I was not doing that. And then boom, Adventure Time came. Boom, regular show. Like, it was just crazy. The next year, Gumball came. Boom. I thought you was 16, not gonna lie. Nigga, what? You're only 3 years older? 3 years older than who? Oh, well, yeah, I guess technically, yeah. More like 2 because you're born in 05. I'm born in 03. You just look 5'7"? Nigga, what? I look 5'7"? That's crazy. For the 2000s, CN was not it. Nah, 2000s Cartoon Network was good too. It was really just that one stretch in the beginning, like 09, where they just only were playing live action shows, was just really bad. I'm 22. People say I look like a high schooler. No, I definitely get the high schooler thing for sure. But I'm definitely not 5'7". I'm not going front.
And it was just a regular metal ball. My younger self could have never comprehended that. Good thing my parents were too poor to get me one. Because of the continuous downfall of these channels, they had to start thinking of something else. The original Cartoon Network studio had to shut down last year and merge with Warner Bros. Because of spending. So clearly everything isn't going well. And all these companies know the one way to get your money back guaranteed is nostalgia. Which is why so many cartoon shows are getting either revived or rebooted. To list off some, Phineas and Ferb got rebooted and is already releasing episodes. The Amazing World of Gumball is coming back this year. Regular Show is coming back this year. King of the Hill is coming back this year.
And it's crazy because all these shows endings, well, I'm not too sure about Futurama, but all these shows endings made it to where they could easily come back and it wouldn't even necessarily be a bad thing. I don't want Regular Show to come back, not gonna lie. It ended good. I think Regular Show can come back, but it has to be as an adult series. I'm not gonna lie. And they have to kind of like keep the same theme going, bro. They can't do no bullshit to where you know what I mean? Watch Jalen be 6'2". The gov is crazy. But nah, yeah, I'm like 6'2", 6'3". Oh shit, wait. Like, bro, like there's no way you didn't know this. When they brought back iCarly, I cringed. See, yeah, that wasn't that great of an idea if you weren't gonna get Sam back, bro. And they wrote it to where if she wanted to come back, she could always, the door was always open. However, I just like if you weren't gonna bring Sam back, it was pointless, bro. People want to see the dynamic between them, bro. Spencer was cool, Carly and her black friend was cool, but like my nigga, like it got boring, bro. It got boring. That magic is dead. Fuck you, 25, trying to become a content creator for it, bro. Trying to relive your glory days. You went to France, nigga. You better stand on that decision. No, I just what, bruh. Yeah, bro.
Futurama's coming back this
We
year.
ain't in
And of
Discord.
course,
What?
the greatest of them all, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is coming back this year. All the other shows,
They
all
could
they
easily
need to
bring
do is
that
make
back.
it.
I
All
could
these
see
shows
that
are coming
still
back for one main
relating
reason,
to
like I said, which is nostalgia. Millennials and
kids.
Gen Z are known to eat up any reboots or revivals that come out. Like, no matter how good or dog they are, people are sad and fiending for the new season. A
Hell
perfect
yeah.
example of how this could go bad, though, is the Velma show. I still can't comprehend that a bunch of board directors sat down in a room and had this pitched to them and decided to make it. Since a lot of people have nostalgia for Scooby-Doo through the cartoons and movies, the Velma show was guaranteed viewers off the jump. Once people started watching and
See, the thing is about Scooby-Doo is like it's a franchise that had a show throughout every facet of time since its inception, my nigga. So sure you could say it's nostalgic, bro, but I feel like I've consistently been seeing Scooby, like it doesn't feel like Scooby-Doo ever left. Am I tripping, or is it just me? I don't know. But she chowing that shit. Bruh.
realizing how dog it was, because people were still watching and hate watching, it managed to get a second season. So just because of the nostalgia alone of Scooby-Doo, the Velma show automatically got viewers, then automatically got a second season because people were hating
Hell
it.
yeah.
And best believe these studios know that now that we're grown, we got grown money to be spent. Whenever they do sell some type of merch,
Facts.
we immediately run to buy it for the nostalgia. A lot of these companies do make money off of licensing them and their merch. Like, I guarantee everyone here has at least a poster, a figure, or whatever of their favorite
No, for
childhood
sure.
character. It don't
For
even
sure.
gotta be good. I've seen the most bull cartoon merch get shilled on TikTok.
See Goku in the background and Yoshi, and also down here, I actually have to figure out decorating my room, bro. I got my nigga Luigi and I got my nigga Koopa, bro. Ah, consumerism, man. You gotta love it. You know what that is? Some shows can last forever. Scooby-Doo and Tom and Jerry are different from shows like Adventure Time or Ben 10. No, yeah, because in essence, the plots are so simple to the point where they can just be done for years on end, it's not really complex. You can take it to a complex place if you want, but at its essence, it's something that's pretty timeless in my opinion. I hate how niggas be wearing oversized tees and think they could put that shit on. Man, you don't even know the half of it, my nigga. You don't know the half of it. And box tees too, not real shit. With skinny jeans at that, bro. Like, nigga, study your proportions, bitch ass nigga. Only thing I had was Tom and Jerry, Teddy type shit. Even you had it, bro. That's what's up. Like, nigga, everyone participated. Everyone participated.
And they end up having a ton of sales. But some people also complain about these shows coming back, mainly because they feel it's just coming back so the studio can make more money from it, and because of that, the story's gonna have less effort put into it, which is
No, literally, and that's why these reboots, because here's the one thing about these reboots, bro, no matter how, like which ones come back, when, how, they never last long. I've yet to see a truly successful reboot that like actually lasted a good bit of seasons, kept people's attention spans, you feel me? And that's for a few reasons. One of those being that a lot of these shows, they might have to have different writers on board, whatever, things change. So they fail to capture the essence of why people like the original show to begin with. And I feel like that's like the big problem with a lot of the studios, bro. People liked regular show because of the vibe of regular show. People like Powerpuff Girls because of the vibe of Powerpuff Girls. They take something that they tried to market to older people and they try to sell it to the new generation and what they would enjoy. Brain rot, stupid references. Like, the Powerpuff Girls reboot was fucking terrible because of that shit. If you're trying to sell this shit to us, we're 30, we're 20 now. Why are you throwing in Yas and Gen Z references into Powerpuff Girls? Who is your target audience? But at the same time, too, I think what a lot of people need to understand is like, yo, you grew up. You're not gonna enjoy the same shit that you were enjoying back then. Some cartoons still hold up for sure, but like, we evolve, bro. We like different shit. We like more layered things, That's why I don't think the regular show reboot can be bad though, because they can take it a bunch of different places. And a regular show in and of itself was already a franchise that appealed to a wide market, in my opinion. Like my dad was watching that shit, kids could watch it. I was watching, it's cool. The only reboot I fucked with was Samurai Jack, but they didn't change too much with that Samurai Jack reboot. They didn't really change much. Like it's just Samurai Jack. If anything, it was honestly like damn near a continuation. If I'm being honest, I hope the Boondocks never comes back. Won't hit the same for many reasons. Nah, for one, Granddad's voice actor died. R.I.P. John Witherspoon. If he's not on board, I don't want it. It's just not gonna hit. It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Two, a lot of the shit they were talking about back then, they can't talk about now. It's just not, unless they upload it to YouTube or like they want it to make money, so they're gonna try to get it put on certain platforms. They can't say the same shit they were saying back then. They just can't. So they're gonna try to water it down, and Boondocks is not a franchise or a show that needs to be watered down in any aspect at all. That's just how I feel.
It's exactly how people felt about Teen Titans when it got rebooted. I feel bad for the people that didn't get to experience watching episodes of Teen Titans late night on Boomerang.
Facts.
Boomerang is a crazy pull. Some of y'all probably forgot. I kind of
God,
wish I
bro,
didn't bring it up.
so underrated. This is why I even watch a lot of these older shows that I probably shouldn't have been watching based upon my age demographic, bro. Got a gorilla for sale. Got a gorilla for sale. Real niggas know. Imagine Boondocks episode on Tory Lanez or Diddy. It'd be amazing. I think it'd go crazy, but they shouldn't do it. They're not gonna do it right.
Found out they changed their logo to whatever the this is. You see, this is exactly why we're all depressed. Every company decided to start becoming bland in like 2015.
I also made a video about that too.
Airing for years, people were ripping Cartoon Network apart for having the show. Funny to know, now it's the only thing Cartoon Network relies on to stay alive. Like at this point, instead of naming it Cartoon Network, it should be called Teen Titans Go Network. But anyone who remembers being in there at the time, the hate was never ending.
That's a fact.
People were boycotting Cartoon Network, saying they won't watch it anymore until the show was taken off. Because if you think of it, it does affect Cartoon Network overall. They have a budget for Teen Titans Go, so that money could have gone to a new show or rebooting the show. A lot of
even now, bro, the thing that's upsetting a lot of people about Teen Titans Go is that you have all the assets to create this shit. You have the actors, they're all still alive, they're all still young, they're all still actively playing the characters. Why not give the fans what they want? Like, it's like, why not? That's why I feel like people are mad. However, I don't dislike Teen Titans Go. I feel like what makes it so good is that it's self-aware of what it is. It's not trying to feed itself to the niggas that pander to or long for like the old Teen Titans show. Like, oh, I want the old Teen Titans show back. Like, some of those people probably fuck with it, but like they know niggas don't fuck with them. They don't give a fuck. It's unapologetic. It's not trying to convince you that it's something it's not. And I like that shit. Teen Titans Go, I think it's pretty entertaining. Teen Titans Go was brain rot. It definitely was. But I ain't gonna lie, nigga. If you watched Fanboy and Chum Chum and disliked Teen Titans Go, you're biased. That's it. I'm sorry. I remember CN got rid of OKKO. I'm not gonna lie, that was after my time, bro. I seen that shit, but I never watched it. Like, bro, if it came out after 2014, 15, maybe, I probably wasn't watching it if it was a new show. That's so crazy, Buzzy. The last new show that came out that I probably watched was Sanjay and Craig. That was the last newer show that I embraced, and that shit came out in like 2014, bro. After that, nigga, it was Breadwinners, that Alvin and the Chipmunks bullshit. I ain't touched that. I ain't touched that, bro. By that point, I was just on YouTube all day completely. I watched up until 2015, 16. Nah, yeah, like that's it. Fanboy and Chum Chum was pure brain rot. That shit still buns to me. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like laughing at dumb shit, so I like it.
People like. It was also taking up a lot of airtime, so it makes sense why people were mad. If only they saw how it looked like now, yeah, that would give them a heart attack. But cartoons like Teen Titans Go are the reason why people get scared when their favorite series gets a reboot. They don't want it to be a cash grab and have trash writing. Teen Titans Go now is kind of like, though, it's weird how shows switch up from hate to love over time. Mainly because the show had so many memeable moments and funny moments,
it wasn't bad.
It never took itself serious.
For what it was,
but
it's
at the
not
time,
bad.
it was getting hate for that exact thing. Like, the original Teen Titans was super dark.
It was stupid, but it's not bad.
Scared because some of these studios are complete scumbags. These studios will just start a reboot without the permission of the original creator, because as long as they own the copyright, they can do whatever they want with it. Like with the Powerpuff Girls 2016 reboot, if you even knew that was a thing. The Powerpuff Girls reboot came out in 2016 and immediately got trashed on. It had this one weird controversy that probably should have shut down production immediately, where one of the writers put a character that looked exactly like him in the show as a love interest.
Oh God.
Study group today.
Oh, actually, I'm here to see Bubbles. We're gonna go over our lines together.
You and Bubbles? Together? Uh-oh.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't even know about that yet. Yep. And that show was already bad. This is just like, I'm not gonna lie, nigga, you already tossed the fat nigga into the lake. Now you just put a 500-pound weight on his ankle. Like, that's bad. That's really, really bad. That's really, 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 really bad. That's really bad, chat. That's bad. That's really bad. It wasn't, but I got tired of the fart jokes. Nah, yeah, it's cheap humor, but yeah, you know, fart jokes aside, it was cool. This is, can't have these niggas running around, bro.
Powerpuff Girls writer made an OC of himself, put it into the show, and had him fall in love with Blossom.
A lot of these show writers really be freaks, but virtually nothing gets done to them because they're behind the scenes. It's mainly the creator that gets blamed when something like this happens. You can't tell me this is just a coincidence. That character in the show looks exactly like the writer, and it's even voiced by him. They also added a fourth Powerpuff Girl, which didn't get good reception.
Terrible.
She was supposed to be their long-lost older sister, and she was black, so
they actually had something like this in the original series, but like her character design is just terrible. Like, this looks like this looks like fan art, bro. It's like the girl version of when niggas used to make random Sonic characters in the early 2000s of some random animal, bro, and just add the hedgehog at the end, bro. Just give him some edgy looking ass. Like, this looks terrible. Kane, you could probably draw a better concept for a fourth Powerpuff Girl than this.
So, you can guess how the conversations on the internet went about it. Did they need to make her black? No, but is it really that deep? No.
Inclusion, guys! We have black people in the show! Cancel us!
Men crashing out over a show their daughter's age are watching. But other than that, people didn't like her character. A lot of these shows later on will add an unneeded addition for some reason to, I guess, bring up viewers. But it almost never works. Like, who remembers Sparky from Fairly Odd Parents? And then right after they added Chloe. I've never seen
no comment on that one.
A new character kill a show as fast as Fairly Odd Parents. And to top it all,
I could, but I think I'd burn it. I'm crying, bro. Nah, yeah, but like, these were bad too. I can't even lie. Like,
off with the Powerpuff Girls reboot.
I think they just run out of ideas, bro.
He tweeted out at the time, when Cartoon Network told me they were making more, I told them that I wish they wouldn't, but from a financial standpoint, I know why they did. You always gotta respect creators who know when the time of their show has come and don't want to milk it to ruin the legacy. But just because I'm giving that example, it doesn't mean all reboots go down that path. A lot of times, studios try to hire back the original creator and teams that worked on it, because they would know what direction to take it compared to a complete new person. I would say if you have a favorite show that is getting the cash grab treatment and the original creator has zero say in it, there's no point in watching it because it's probably not going to be good. And sometimes studios even give creators full control.
Avatar Netflix, same shit. I was so excited for the Netflix rendition of Avatar, bro. And then guess what? The original creators came out and said there were creative differences and we won't be a part of the show anymore. And I knew it was going to be bad. I had a bad feeling in my gut. I tried to remain open-minded, I did. But I couldn't help but have a bad feeling in my gut, bro. Lo and behold, it came out. It was ass. It wasn't terrible, you know, it could be a lot worse, but like, it's ass, bro. It's ass. People don't watch things and they didn't enjoy the things that they enjoyed just because they got to see the characters, bro. They just like the designs, bro. There's a specific vibe. There's the storytelling, the character development. You just can't recreate that, bro. And it's like, if you're not gonna build upon it or do it right, then it's like, why do it, bro? Just make your own original story. I don't understand why, like, being original, but I get that too, though, bro, because it's like a lot of people don't bank on original shit, bro. They don't give it a chance. Everyone just only wants shit that they're used to. And that's another thing that I talk about in videos as well. Holy fuck, Fairly Odd Parents fell off so hard. OD, bro. It was sad to see where that shit went, bro. And the creator was on some weird shit too. If the next Avatar sequel isn't good, I'm giving up on the franchise. Man, I love Avatar, bro. My favorite show of all time. But, like, I don't know. I'm praying that this new movie that we're getting next year, or apparently it keeps getting delayed, nigga. At this point, it might be 2029. I'm praying that that shit is good, bro. I really am. I'm praying that that shit is good. Avatar's so goated, man. Best show of all time, bro. Damn near flawless writing. Damn near flawless writing.
Controlled over everything. Like for the new regular show reboot, JG Quintel is basically controlling everything about it.
Great.
It's even airing on Adult Swim.
I know, bro. Mark my words. I'm calling it now. The new regular show will be tough. There's no way this can't go. JG's on it. It wasn't that long since regular show was, ended. If they keep the same energy going, bro, they don't even have to. I'm not even asking these niggas to tell a crazy ass story, bro. Just keep the energy going and make it more adult. Fire. Fire, fire, fire. I'm not gonna, they can't fuck that up, bro. They can't possibly fuck that up. They can't. They can't. I wholeheartedly have faith in this, and I don't have faith in many things that are reboots or nostalgia pandering, bro. I don't. Adult Swim regular show, I'm hyped. Nah, OD, bro. And the thing I fuck with about Adult Swim is they give people creative freedom to do what they want to do. They're not on some oh, we need this specific thing. Adult Swim thrives upon creativity and weird shit, bro. They let niggas do whatever the fuck they want. What style of bending would you want? Air. I feel like it'd be the most fun. And a lot of niggas, they say Earth, they say whatever they feel like is the most OP. Air is the most OP. Especially if you utilize its power to the best of its potential. Air is the most OP, in my opinion. Regular show's vibe would really work on Adult Swim. Bro, it was borderline an adult show already. It could have been on Adult Swim back then. If I'm being honest. There's no way this is bad, right? Right?
Because he's been wanting to work on a more adult version of the show. He probably knows a lot of his audience is now grown who watched it.
Even better. This is
the regular
perfect.
show definitely had some hidden adult jokes. Them eating wings was a sign of them drinking. And this
Not
man
even hidden
mentioned
sometimes.
every time he became depressed was at the wing bar downing them. Like a middle-aged divorced man coming back from a office job that he hates just to wind down. A lot of people also don't like these reboots because they try to appeal to things that the younger generation likes. And a lot of times it ends up being cringe.
God damn it, Tommy, bro. You make me wish that I fucking made certain videos, bro. God damn it, bro. Fuck. I could have made a banger video about this, son. Shout out to this nigga, though.
Times where they actually pull off the joke and it ends up being funny. But imagine in a new regular show episode, they got a plot randomly dude, Rigby. It looks like the skibbity toilet is trying to destroy the park with the max level gyat, but I know he gets no hugs.
This will fail.
Instantly
fail.
We gotta fix this before Benson
Instantly
finds out.
fail,
Reboot's
bro.
trying to appeal.
If you're going to pander to the people that were watching your shit back then, keep it that way. Or make it a little bit more mature so that it's more palatable to them now. Regular show doesn't need to change too much because it already was adult-esque and it was already dealing with adult themes and it already had that essence of edginess, bro, that, you feel me? That, we didn't even understand as kids. So it's growing up with us. It makes sense. You don't have to change it too much. Just let them be able to curse and you have a banger. Banger. Remember Game Shakers? That shit was so ass, man. I watched one episode of that shit, and that was because they had a cameo from a YouTuber that I watched, and that was it, bro. That shit was ass.
To the younger generation is something that's gonna 100% happen. It just depends on how well they execute it. In adult shows, it's easier because they can make darker jokes about it. But kid shows, it has to be washed down to be family friendly. Like I remember watching the new Sonic movie that came out and Eggman started randomly flossing in it. It was obviously cringe to me, but it's made for kids, and to a kid that would probably be funny. Like with the King of the Hill.
But this isn't bad though, because Sonic, it's something that I don't even know. They could have left that shit out, to be honest.
You can tell they're gonna incorporate newer topics that the cartoon shows can. In the intro, they're wearing COVID masks, so they're definitely gonna cover that. They also have a mayor sign, so they're probably gonna incorporate.
Once again, great concept.
How wild it is now. Nowadays, kids prefer adult shows more than ever. Don't get me wrong, okay? Growing up, I was definitely watching Family Guy and South Park and American Dad, but I was still watching the cartoon shows that aired on Cartoon Network. If you see how popular South Park has exploded on TikTok, it'll show you what I'm talking about. You got elementary school kids with profile pictures of Eric Cartman. Nowadays, the younger generation is skipping all the cartoons and speedrunning to the adult ones, which is probably another reason why these networks
too much accessibility.
It feels too corny to them to watch a kid's show with watered down humor. Imagine you're the one kid still watching Disney Channel, meanwhile everyone else in your class is watching South Park and sending.
Hell yeah, and even back then it was kind of like that, bro. Making references to shows that you don't even you didn't even watch. But you feel me? Shit crazy, because back then you had to watch shit on the TV, nigga. Your mom was right there. She could monitor what you was watching. She could monitor all that shit. Even on the computer, bro. You had to, like, you had no privacy. You had more privacy, maybe, but still, to a degree, you couldn't just do whatever you want. Now, bro, niggas could watch whatever the fuck they want. Unlimited. Other day, my cousins were over here. They were watching straight shit that they should not have been watching, nigga. That's all I'm gonna say. Nick really had a show called Ricky Dicky, and yeah, I remember that shit too. I don't even know if that was good or not. I didn't watch it. I'm gonna be honest, bro. After Sam and Cat, I stopped watching sitcoms. Because after that was Henry Danger, and I did not want to watch a bunch of grown-ass niggas running around in tight fucking leather costumes, bro. That just, like, it's cringe. Stiffest superheroes I ever seen in my life, bro. Shitty CGI, too, bro. I'm like, Henry Danger? No. Shout out to the niggas on Henry Danger, bro, but it just was not my thing. Family Guy on Adult Swim was a different vibe. I still miss it for real. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. All them shits, bro. American Dad. They had it, bro. They had it. I had to wake up late to watch them shits. Back in middle school, niggas upgraded from standard kids cartoons to anime. For me, I was still watching everything. Like, I don't have to watch something that's adult. I don't have to watch something that's super mature. It's like, if I like it, I like it, you know? But what were niggas watching in middle school? I don't know. I think a lot of people just stopped watching cartoons. It took a while for anime to really pick up for real. If you weren't watching it since you were pretty much a kid, then the next time for you to pick up on it was during COVID. That was pretty much it. Around that time, mad channels followed the family/sibling kind of shows. Hell yeah, and I don't know why, bro, because none of that shit was successful. Like, who were they trying to copy? Who was the formula? What was the formula that did it successfully first? That was close to that time to where it made sense to even try to do that. I don't really get it, but yeah.
Memes to each other. The thing that sucks with these reboots to me is that it does force studios to not be creative. They're always gonna go with the safe pick over the risk. It's exactly why Disney has been spamming out live actions for the past 10 years.
It's exactly why Marvel keeps making movies. That's what people want to see. I feel like we're getting out of this cycle now for sure, especially like with this new movie Sinners and like what they're bringing to the table with a whole new concept that was I forgot what I was gonna fucking say, bro. A whole new concept that was never done before, based on any previously existing franchise. Yeah, shit like that. Nick's last good sitcom was Victorious. I like Sam and Cat. I like Sam and Cat. I can't even lie. Disney has some decent ones. Later one. Nah, yeah, I heard they did, but I just never watched them, so I can't confirm that. But I heard good things. Disney always kind of had that in the bag consistently. Bro. Can you make a video on live action reboots? I would if I watched any of them. The thing is, I know they're going to be bad, and so I just don't indulge in any of them. So I feel like it'd be a little disingenuous for me to make a video about them because I deadass don't consume them. I don't. And if I did consume them, it would literally just be for the sake of making a video ripping it apart, which I would do if I could guarantee that shit was going to get views. Other than that, bro, I don't know. I'll think about it, though, for sure. Especially, like, if there's a new one that drops that I actually end up watching. I was going to make a video about, like, the new Avatar series, like, ranting on it, but then I just ended up taking too long, so I just scrapped it. This was, like, last year or something when that shit came out, like, the beginning of last year, so, yeah. LMAO, good old Brooklyn, good old fucking Brooklyn, man. You already know.
Years, even though everyone hates them now and doesn't want them anymore. But more and more they've done it to the point where it feels like we have nothing new. And they don't be thinking if they do have a new show that's a hit, that's generational wealth right there. Probably more than they make with the reboot. You can only do reboots for so long until everything becomes a reboot and then you're forced to make a new show. Because all the shows that are getting rebooted were originally Risk at one point. Imagine Steven Hillenburg pitching SpongeBob at first. Alright, so you're telling me he's a sentient sponge that lives in a pineapple, who cooks burgers and his boss is a crab who takes all his money, while his coworker hates his life and wants to end it every day, and his best friend is a starfish. Get the out of my office. I have no clue how he pitched the show, but rest in paradise is Steven Hillenburg because he created a goat. SpongeBob is also an example of a show that should have stopped a long time ago. Like, when I found out there was 3 movies released after the original with the 4th one coming out, I damn near punched the wall. Who was asking for all these SpongeBob movies to be made? Hold up, Ice Spice cast to join a new upcoming SpongeBob movie.
Why? Why do they do this, bro? It's just blatant pandering, man. Like, I'm sorry, bro. If it's anything past, like, season, maybe season 8 of SpongeBob, nigga, and even then, I don't even like to tread those waters. I don't want to watch it, bro. I don't want to watch it.
I speak for everyone when I say we will be in theaters, sat down expeditiously, popcorn in our lap, waiting for anyways, that's gonna be everything. Let me know which reboot you're most hyped about and why it's a regular show. Make sure to follow me on Twitch and the second channel. I'm streaming all summer. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
W video. I definitely am glad that Tommy saved my fucking stream today, bro, because I didn't want to watch shit else. Ice Spice is gonna be a part of the cast of the new SpongeBob, whatever the fuck they do next.